Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins, and the big news of the week, so far at least, is Microsoft canceling one of its major Xbox One exclusives, Scalebound, and today we're hearing a little more fallout from that announcement. Since we reported on that story, more has come out about the troubled relations between Microsoft and Platinum Games. Industry insider Shinobi says he heard that things were so bad at one point that the game's creator, Hideki Kamiya, was on mental health leave toward the end of 2016. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has also finally commented on the dismissal of Platinum Games as well, calling it disappointing, but overall better for gamers. In the wake of the breakup, Microsoft is aggressively removing any mention of Scalebound from YouTube or social media, which is a little bit odd considering that they've left up footage about the other canceled games like Fable Legends. It's probably down to contractual issues or who has the rights to all of the assets now, so we'll see. If you're bummed about not being able to play Scalebound in 2017, you might be even more bummed to learn of two more games you probably won't be playing this year either. Neither one will come as a surprise, but Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII's Remake. In a recent interview with Famitsu, translated by Silicon Era, the game's director Tetsuya Nomura said, "We're making steady progress on its production. While we are indeed working on it, I think we'll have you guys wait a little longer for both Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake." Oh good, because that's what we wanted, was more waiting. He went on to say he hopes to be able to show something at some point this year, so that's promising, and even indicated we might see some Kingdom Hearts at Disney's D23 event in July. It's no real surprise that we'll be waiting a while for Kingdom Hearts, but some rumors did place Final Fantasy VII Remake at least coming out as soon as this year for PS4. Just don't make these games on like a Final Fantasy 15 development timeline, please. Please, we've already been waiting so long, especially for Kingdom Hearts. Love is in the air for Blizzard's popular shooter and ship simulator, Overwatch. PC players have discovered some romantic lines in the recent PTR update, which point towards the next seasonal event happening around Valentine's Day. User Akonubis posted the lines to Reddit this week, leading to speculation about the event coming next month. The lines are specifically about Mercy and Genji potentially gifting each other chocolates, so there are probably some shippers out there who've had their headcanons demolished as a result, and they won't be happy about it. However, some users also pointed out that the last update included audio lines about New Year's resolutions, with no New Year's event following after that, so it's possible that Blizzard just includes these audio lines as treats for fans or Easter eggs of some sort, or some far-flung future use. Still, the timing would match the cadence they've already established for their seasonal events and would certainly give the game's active community something fun to talk about and potentially argue about. One of the first major releases of 2017 is about to hit, although it's a little bit less major if you don't have a PS Vita. Gravity Rush 2 is out next week for PS4, and early reviews have started coming in. The game is currently sitting at an 80 on Metacritic, with quite a few outlets giving it favorable scores. In general, critics seem to agree that it's a fantastic sequel and delivers some excellent open-world action gameplay. GamesBeat went so far as to call it one of the PlayStation 4's most stunning and entertaining exclusives. So, if you love gravity-defying cinematic action games, it looks like 2017 is off to a pretty good start. Gravity Rush 2 debuts on January 18th, in case you were wondering. If you're a studio that owns a once great movie franchise that desperately needs a reboot, cross J.J. Abrams off your list of potential directors. While Abrams has been responsible for rebooting a lot of iconic franchises recently, like Star Wars, Star Trek, and Mission Impossible, he now says he's done dusting off old favorites. He told People magazine that it's time for him to start making more of his own features. While Abrams said that he feels incredibly lucky to have gotten involved in things that I loved when I was a kid, he feels like it's time to move on. Nowadays, he says he's more excited about working on things that are original ideas that perhaps one day someone else will have to reboot. Ironically, Abrams made those comments while he was at the Golden Globes representing the HBO series Westworld, which Abrams executive produces, and, you guessed it, it's also a reboot. Ben Affleck has been cagey about his plans to direct Batman for months now, but he recently confirmed. Again, it's like this on-off again thing, but at the moment it's a yes, he will direct the next standalone movie for the superhero. Affleck has said that he might not direct the movie if he didn't like the script, but in an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, Affleck seems to indicate that he was feeling the pressure to get going on the next Caped Crusader film, unlike another film he recently released. "I'm going to direct the next Batman," he told Kimmel. "We're working on it. It's one of those things that's really frustrating because, like, Live by Night took me a year and a half to write it and get it ready. And I worked really hard. It's just nobody gave a shit. Nobody was like, where's Live by Night?" The Justice League movie releases on November 16th, and there's been rumor that the next Batman movie could come out in 2018, but that hasn't exactly been confirmed yet. Looks like Pokemon Go is now a no-go, at least in China. The Chinese government put the brakes on licensing the game there due to concerns over security. Reuters reported that a government panel decided the game was a threat to transport and the personal safety of consumers. Not launching in the world's biggest mobile market is certainly not a great development for Niantic's game, although they did recently just have the most profitable week since the game's launch, so they won't be hurting too badly. The Chinese government also expressed concern about geographical information security, meaning they had concerns about the app being used for tracking people. Those fears aren't totally unfounded. Pokemon Go has been blamed for some deaths involving distracted players, as well as data privacy concerns over the game's geolocation features, but never fear, China. Some Chinese companies have already been working on similar augmented reality games, and whoever can get their bootleg Pokemon Go past the government censors will probably make a buttload of money. Now, much like your older brother who dropped out of college and is now unemployed, Yahoo has not done very well in its advanced age. College apparently being an advanced age now. The internet pioneer is being acquired by Verizon in July for $4.8 billion, a move that will result in some really big changes. Yahoo's board will be reduced to 5 directors, and many executives will leave, including CEO Marissa Mayer and Yahoo co-founder David Filo. And while Verizon says the Yahoo brand will live on, SEC paperwork indicates that the acquired parts of Yahoo will be rolled into a publicly traded investment company called Altaba, according to Ars Technica. The acquisition is not a foregone conclusion, though. After Yahoo announced last year that a hack had breached more than 500 million email accounts, Verizon very publicly got cold feet about the whole thing. But as of today, the deal's back on. This isn't the first struggling internet giant that Verizon's purchased. The telecom giant bought AOL for $4.4 billion in 2015, so clearly Verizon has a fetish for things from the 90s that aren't all that great anymore. I mean, I assume next they'll pay a few $1 billion for Power Rangers. I don't know, I guess it depends on how you feel about the new movie coming out, and oh, if Rita Repulsor's armor is okay, and oh, look, all the dudes look kind of mechy and they don't really look like proper, and maybe, okay? Maybe. That about does it for the news today. Let us know what you think of all these stories in the comments down below. And for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. I didn't watch Power Rangers when I was young, so I saw their armor and I thought, yeah, that's kind of cool, but even I know that that's not traditional. The Zords are like not things. There's the one that's supposed to be like a saber-toothed tiger, does not look like a saber-toothed tiger. Or am I now confusing with Transformers? Zords!
Or Dino Riders.
I don't know.